Hey guys, what is up? It is Danlags, and welcome back to episode 155 of Constructing Los Dangeles. And guys, I'm just up here in the top deck of the stadium, just chilling out, gazing over the field where all the players are playing, obviously, as you can see right there. So, there's nobody there, everybody. But anyway, welcome back to the city, everybody. Today we're going to work on the stadium a little bit, obviously, since that's kind of been our main focus last few episodes. Trying to get this thing kind of squared away. Get it finished because it was pointed out to me on Twitter yesterday that it's been over a year since I started the stadium, which makes me sad because if you think about it, it took me less time to build the castle than it did to build this stadium. Now I know it's not my main priority and I work on other things in the worlds and stuff like that, but yeah, I need to get this thing done. It's lasted way too long, and honestly, there's parts of this stadium that I built a year ago that need to I just need to finish this thing because it's going to start getting outdated if I don't get it done now. So today's episode, I plan on working on this area over here. I'm going to try to get some sort of food court put in, some, concession stands. I would also like to put some sort of lounge or some sort of club inside the stadium, I guess, I don't know, the fancy people club. I don't know, wherever the rich people go, because it's weird when I never understood this about stadiums because some people go just to be there. A lot of celebrities go to the Super Bowl just to show up. And I just never understood that. Why would you ever want to go to a football game or any sport really and just sit in the lounge area and not even watch the game? That just doesn't make any sense to me. Don't you go to watch the game? I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, that's what I want to kind of work on this episode. What I plan to do is take some sort of wall from this side here and then run it down all the way over to here and have this kind of curved window area be some sort of club space that you can kind of pass through. So it might not work, it's just an idea right now, and sometimes those things don't pan out, but we're going to just see how it goes. So I'm going to get out some materials. So welcome back to CLD, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Last episode, we were working on the highway a little bit, and, oh yeah, you know what? I actually do have a few updates to show you guys. Well, first off, I just kind of, closed off this area and refined everything and made everything look good. On the interior, just kind of working through all those things. On the outside, I kind of just, fixed up this area, kind of connected it pretty well to these sidewalls here, so everything's kind of connected, looking pretty good. I still got a lot more things to do on the stadium, but I just want to try to continue to make progress on it, and by working on it on CLD, that's just the best way to help me continue to make progress on it. So let's just kind of take a lining of some sorts across here so we can have some sort of club thing going across. Again, this idea might not work. This is kind of a random idea that I have. I'm not sure how it will look when it's put in, but hopefully this lines up with that, and if it does, I'll be happy to start off. So we'll be off to a good start here, and that does line up. That's great. Okay, so let's just start off with a perimeter and we can figure out the rest from there. So this is going to go across right here. So this is going to be the perimeter. It's going to be kind of like this interesting shape here. It's kind of just this curved area. And then over here is just, I'm definitely going to be putting some sort of concession stand over here of some sort, some kind. I don't know how, but anyway, let's just kind of get this filled in. So let's get this. We got to glowstone this whole thing up because it is dark. One idea that I had for the daylight cycle, obviously I was talking last episode about, just sleeping the nights. And, I still don't really want to do that, to be honest, because it's I don't want to have to take time to sleep through the night. So what I've decided to do as a solution to this problem is to just sleep right before I start the video. So basically I turn off daylight cycle, turn it on, and I sleep right before the start of the video. So usually it doesn't rain within 20 minutes or so of you sleeping, hopefully, knock on wood. So we'll just see how that goes, and hopefully that'll work well for us. All right, so now we got to figure out an entrance to this. That's the most important thing. So basically, I'm just going to put a bunch of seating areas and chairs here, maybe some TVs, stuff like that. And then this whole window here is going to be kind of just for the viewing purposes, I guess. So let's start off. We got to make the walls first. That's the most important thing. I still don't want to give up on that glass idea of having this tree here. I still don't want to give up on that. I really don't. A lot of you guys have been giving me some good suggestions, and I appreciate that. So I'm definitely going to be, continuing to try to figure out something I can do with this. So we're going to have some glass running through here, definitely. But let's start off by getting some pillars up through here. So I'm going to have a pillar go up right here, 2 by 2. Take this up. All right. So we also got to work on the locker rooms. That's probably going to be the last thing I'm going to do. Believe it or not, the outside of the stadium, the exterior design, is pretty much squared away. Really, the only thing that I need to focus on is just getting the interior and all the inner workings of the stadium fixed. Like, that's the most important thing. I'm covering up some of these windows right now with this pillar. I'm just going to see how this looks. I don't know if this is going to be a keeper or not. We're going to have to take a look on the outside. So that covers up a few of those windows, which I don't have a problem with. I really don't. So we could have the entrance be around here somewhere, right? Maybe like there. That's pretty good. And then I can take another thing across right here, another beam. I got to put some sort of sign here or something like that. I could have some glass run through here. That could be cool. Maybe. Maybe not. It's really all just, you know, just trial and error right now, everybody. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. We'll take that up. So that's going to be like kind of the entrance to this area. So you kind of walk in, and I'll put some glass here. Because why not? That might look pretty cool. Who knows? Take some glass across on this side as well. And then above this course, I think I'll put some green wool. Just all about choosing the proper blocks here. I just want to kind of make everything, you know, connect well. So, okay, let's get some more swiftness. I can't live without it. This thing about the stadium is why it takes so long. Is that you have to do a lot of filling. It's a lot of repetitive, you know, process. It's a very repetitive process, is what I'm trying to say. And repetitive things in Minecraft are the things that I tend to like stray away from. Whenever I have to do stuff like this, I just like, oh, I'll work on it later. Oh, I'll work on it later. So it just ends up compounding on itself, which is why it's taken me so long to finish this thing. Because I'll go like a month straight without working on it at all. So, as you guys know. All right, what if I take some upside down stairs across here? Just trying to make like a fancy entrance to this place. That looks pretty cool. All right, so that's cool. Okay, so we're going to probably have some glass run across here as well, because I still don't want to, like I said, don't want to give up on this tree idea. I'm going to really, really sit down at some point and really try to figure that out, because I don't want to give up on that idea. I think it has a chance to be something cool, and that's important because it's going to be different. It's going to be unique. It's going to be something cool, and hopefully I can get it to work. Okay, so I've been looking at some new stadiums lately, just kind of, you know, making me sad because I wish I would have started my stadium like now, because I was looking at the new Miami Dolphins stadium. The Dolphins, which is a team I don't really like, and to be honest, as a Jet fan, you know, not a huge Dolphins fan, obviously, but I was looking at their new stadium layout. They're doing renovations or something like that. They're changing their stadium a little bit. They just released like pictures a few days ago, and oh man, it is so cool looking. Like, I was like, okay, damn, the Dolphins, they are stepping up their game. That is a beautiful stadium. So I was getting kind of jealous because I was like, I wish I would have built my stadium like that, because it is just a beautiful looking stadium. And yeah, so Miami Dolphins, shout out to them for actually putting together an awesome design for a stadium. Still don't like their team, but you know, that's a different story. All right, so we have this here, right? And you know, obviously you have this walkway, and you can come up and enter into the area where there's going to be a nice sitting space in here. Going to add some nice lighting in here and all that stuff. We got to figure out what we want to do here, though. That's going to be important. Probably add another pillar here. So let's take this up. We'll run this through. Okay, and also, guys, of course, as usual, question of the day coming up in a few minutes here. So we'll get to that, and as soon as I can, I just obviously want to start this video off by getting some work done, because that's the whole goal, guys. Build. The building comes first every time. Okay, so we're going to take this up and through. Again, all of this stuff underneath it here. Let me show you. Hold on. Not yet. Not yet. Let me just fill this in. Okay. All the stuff underneath here is going to be like locker room space and just like the inner workings of the stadium. So I'll have like offices down here for like the coaches, you know, maintenance areas where, you know, the guys, like I'll have like an engine or a generator room or whatever, electrical area. All that stuff is going to be filled in later. But obviously, right here, I'm thinking about adding some sort of white wool or light gray wool design, and then kind of mix in the team colors as well, you know, the yellow and the green. So we got the Green Bay Packers colors. We also have the Oregon Duck colors. So my two favorite colors, green and yellow, of course. We've discussed this many a times. The question is, do I want to have it on that block? Because now if I have it open here, obviously it leaves this little lining, but then again, I might actually end up changing the color of the floor inside this area, because cobblestone is kind of like what it is throughout most of the stadium, but if you're inside an exclusive area, you know, where it's closed off, I can change the color of the floor, which is most likely what I'm going to do. So I'm not worried about that right now. Having that overlap, we'll fix that later, everybody. Let's just get this filled in right now, and we'll go from there. So I really like the way the alternate logo turned out on the stadium. out front. That's going to be like my new favorite logo, most definitely. The one on the infield, like on the 50-yard line, is cool. Like I like this a lot. Like this is a cool. This reminds me of the. It just kind of. It looks a little bit like the Los Santos, like LS kind of, but it also looks a little bit like the Dodgers, just in kind of different colors. So I like the Dodgers logo a lot. I'm not a Dodgers fan, like the baseball team. But I really like their blue and white, and there's like the LA script. I think that's really cool. So that was kind of what I modeled that after a little bit. But I got inspiration from a bunch of different things. But the bottom line is, when you're building stuff like this, it's just the sporting world, gets a lot. You get a lot of ideas from that, and that's been kind of like the reason why I've been able to build this. And my love for sports is definitely shown here in the LD, which is great. Okay, so let's see here. It's funny. I've been obviously I think it's well documented. There was the Danville had a lot of secrets, and obviously we did a tour of Danville yesterday. So Danville had a lot of secrets, right? And obviously LD is going to be, no different. There's going to be, when this map is finally going to be put up for download on Xbox 360 originally, there's going to be no secret that there's going to be a lot of secrets for you guys, no pun intended, for you to search for. And they're going to be much more well hidden than they are in Danville. Obviously, the fact that Danville was a super flat makes it a lot more easy to find them. It's going to be a lot more difficult to find this stuff on LD, everybody. Just want to point that out. I've hid some pretty cool secrets in this world. I'm excited to put up the download and give you guys some time to search for them. I know that's what people are going to be doing. There's going to be some scavenger hunts on this world. It's going to be nuts, but I'm excited for that because I feel like I've built some cool secrets, a lot of movie Easter eggs, things that I like. There's a lot of stuff hidden all over the place, like everywhere. You got to make sure you check everywhere. Obviously underground is going to be my only hint I'll give because, obviously I'm not going to hide anything, but that's just really to throw you off because I might be bluffing, who knows? Maybe there's stuff hidden in the skyscrapers. You never know. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be like the thing I'm looking forward to the most and putting this world up for download is having everybody look around for the secrets. It's going to be fun. But all right, let's see here. So I want to have this glass here as well. And this is going to go up and down and all around. And while I'm doing this, guys, we can get to today's question of the day. So we'll go ahead and get to that right now. Question of the day comes from It's Insane Beast. And his question is, at FBS Dan, when are you going to do another Subscriber World Tour again? Because it's been almost a year now. Hashtag Subscriber World. So I chose this question because I was going to talk about the stadium being, a year now since I've started building it. Subscriber World kind of falls in that same category. Let me just kind of address that because I know a lot of people would be interested in, building on Subscriber World. I don't do the Subscriber World anymore. That's the first thing. And then I'll give you the reasons why I don't. The main reason is because of lag. On Xbox 360, especially, when you have 8 people on a world, which is the max amount of people you can have, and that's usually how many people I invite to the Subscriber World, it just gets unbearably laggy, and I find myself constantly inviting and re-inviting people, which is frustrating. Also, it's only having 7 other people on a map is just simply not enough for the size of my channel. It used to be acceptable back when I had like less subscribers, but now that I have so many people, it's like I feel like I'm leaving so many people out. There's so many reasons why, and obviously I started streaming a little bit, so that's like another reason why I haven't been doing any Subscriber World stuff, because I figure streams is probably a better way to interact with you guys anyway. So, I love doing the streams. I haven't done a whole lot lately since we finished Survival Island Season 2, but once I get back into Survival Island pretty soon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's like right here. Anyway, once I get back into Survival Island, wink wink, we don't know yet if we're going to do Survival Island Season 3, but we're thinking about it. But if I ever start up a new survival series, that's usually what I like to stream. I don't stream LD a lot, even though I probably should stream LD more, and, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like it's not really a good streaming thing because when I've talked about this many times before, but when I'm playing on LD off camera, I don't really talk. I just kind of put my headphones in, listen to some music or listen to some like podcasts or whatever, and kind of just just sit back, relax, and build. Try not to like think about try not to have to focus on talking because when I'm focused on talking, let's be honest, it's multitasking. It's not easy to do. Trying to do 2 things at once, talking and building at the same time. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do. And, that's kind of a struggle. So when I'm obviously just focusing on the build, it's a lot easier for me to get a lot of stuff done. So that's the main reason why I don't stream CLD. Obviously, I like to read the chat when I'm streaming. So when I'm reading the chat, I'm not building. And that's another thing that's kind of slowing me down. A whole bunch of factors that go into it. But basically what I'm trying to get to is, you know, when are you going to do the next subscriber world? I'm trying to answer this question because I find myself not even answering these questions half the time because I just ramble. Because that's what I do. I just ramble on and on and on all day long, like Led Zeppelin. So what I wanted to say is that I plan on doing some sort of subscriber world thing on Xbox One pretty soon. Xbox One is a little bit better. I tend to find less lag on Xbox One when I have a world filled with a lot of people. I don't know, Xbox One just seems a little bit better suited for, you know, hosting a lot of people. So the lag issue is kind of diminished a little bit. I find that, you know, that's going to be a little bit better. So there's a good chance I'm going to start a subscriber world on Xbox One soon. And I was thinking about even adding like a subscriber area of Los Angeles. I think I've mentioned this before, but having a subscriber area of Los Angeles when I expanded Xbox One. You know, obviously, when we have it expanded to Xbox One, we're going to have so much space on the world, more space than I could ever fill by myself. So it'd be great to have kind of like a little community of you guys helping me fill in some towns and areas of Los Angeles that are like, you can kind of have like a subscriber district of LD, which I think would be really cool. I love the idea of that, and I think that is going to be awesome, something I would love to do when I finally convert this world to Xbox One. So that's a plan, but I really do kind of feel a little bit bad about not doing subscriber world as much as I used to. But it's just tough. It's hard to satisfy everybody, and you know, it's just something that's like very time consuming because obviously it's not like a server. You know, on PC, if I had a server, I could just, you know, have that and anybody could go on it at any time. I don't have to be on Xbox because that's another thing. It's really, really time consuming for me to sit on the subscriber world with you guys and like let you guys build. And obviously, you know, like it's time consuming. It's not, doesn't mean it's not fun. I'm just saying it takes a lot of time where I could be like building on CLD and trying to like get stuff done in this world. So that's another, and I just don't have enough hours in the day during college. So there's a lot of reasons that went into like me not doing a subscriber world anymore, but the number one reason is lag. And hopefully Xbox One, when I do kind of fully convert over to that console, will kind of diminish that whole problem. But anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand, which is, you know, doing this build. And this looks great. I'm pretty happy with what I've done here. This grassy area still needs work, obviously, but I do want to add a tree here. I'm gonna do it. I know I'm going to. Got to figure out what I want to do with this this curving part here. I guess this is awkward. Let's be honest, it's really awkward. By the way, thank you for the question. It's Insane Beast. Thank you for the question of the day. Of course, you guys leave your CLD question of the day in the comments or on Twitter. @FBSDan is my Twitter, like always. Hasn't changed, and it probably won't, even though I do technically. It's funny. I actually own the name @DanLags on Twitter. Obviously my Twitter handle is @FPSDan, which I could be confusing sometimes. I totally understand that. It's just that was my original Twitter handle, and I didn't bother changing it. The person who had the @DanLags handle was actually not me originally, and it was funny because I guess a lot of you guys were like sending him tweets thinking that it was me. So he ended up messaging me on Twitter. And actually, because I was following it, because I thought it was funny that I was following @DanLags, even though it wasn't me. He actually messaged me and he said, all right, fine, I'm going to change my Twitter handle because I'm tired of getting annoyed. I guess he was getting, like, spammed by a lot of you guys, which is funny because it's, like, not me. And he actually just changed his Twitter handle. Then I quickly grabbed the name. So the @DanLags on Twitter is indeed me. However, I don't use the account. I just simply have it so no one else does. It's kind of the same thing with Instagram. I don't use Instagram. I have one, but I don't have any photos on it because, you know, I'm just not an Instagram kind of guy. You know, that's just not for me. You know, I have my Instagram so no one can impersonate me because it's happened before. It's kind of a silly thing, and it happens with a lot of people. I imagine it happens a lot with, like, actors and, like, athletes a lot, but they get impersonated on social media websites, which is kind of lame. And I honestly never thought that would happen to me, but it actually happened one time, actually a couple of times on Instagram, where people would make Instagram accounts and upload pictures of, like, my builds and things like that, and pretend to be me, and they would upload like stuff that I would like stuff on their world that I wasn't even building. It's like not even my build, and they're saying like, what do you guys think about this house? And it's like not even me. So like that's a little bit frustrating when you get impersonated like that, because it's like not cool, you know what I mean? It's like I'm a big believer in treating people the way you want to be treated, and if you don't want like would you really want someone to impersonate you? Like no, like that's not cool. So don't do it. Like if you don't want it to happen to yourself. That's just not how I live. So you know, the golden rule, everybody, respect. All right, so let's see here. But to close out this video, guys, I'm just going to do a little bit of work on this area. Basically, all I'm doing right now is just kind of taking the stone lining across just so it's not as much of a... Just kind of filling this in. But I think we made some pretty good progress this episode. I came in a little bit skeptical as what I wanted to do with this corner, but looking at this from a distance, that is going to be solid when it's on both sides and I add the tree. I'm telling you, the tree is going to be good. I'm going to do it. I promise I'm going to do it, guys. I promise I'm going to get that done eventually. Hopefully for next episode. I have a hard time making promises on LD because it's like, it's such a fluid, situation. Sometimes, I'll get on and build for 3 hours and then, I won't build for 3 days. So it's like, it all depends on my schedule. So, I got a lot of busy stuff to do at school. It sucks, I know, but guess what, guys? It's almost March. So we're on the last day of February. March is like great because it's like the transition month. Obviously, April is my favorite month of the year because it's my birthday. Spring is here finally. It's a great time of year. March or February is my least favorite month of the year, and it's almost over. It's a short month, which is great. It's the worst time of year. It's so cold. It's just a dreary, time of year. But glad it's over, and I'm sorry if I'm offending you if you have like a birthday in February. That is not the reason why I think the month is bad. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much where I want to conclude today's episode. I'm just gonna put a couple more slabs on top of here real quick, and then we'll be out of here. So just continuing to make progress in the stadium, just chipping away at it little by little. I promise I'm gonna get this thing done soon, guys. I just need to find time to work on it is like the most important thing. And I need to figure out this awning thing and do all that stuff. But anyway, guys, it's been Danlags. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Give it a like if you did. Leave your question today, submissions in the comment section below, and I will go through them and pick one to answer for next time. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 155. I'll be back with 156 in a few days. Until then, guys, have a good day. It has been Danlags, friendly neighborhood Danlags. I haven't said that in a while. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.